This is a tutorial to patch and mod Minomonsters 2 APKs. I'm going to download the MM2 vanilla APK, as that's the regular unedited game, just with all the files needed to make the game playable. Next, you download all of the files in the Google Drive link, except for the prefab spreadsheet. Downloading all of these files is going to take a while, so I will skip to when that's happened. Now that all of the files have been downloaded, you need to create a new folder and move all of the files in there except for the MM2 tool. Now open Windows PowerShell and copy the directory, then type in cd, that will allow us to move to that folder respectively. Type in the command /apktool.bat space d space /, copy and paste the name of the APK, then click enter. The APK is being disassembled, so that will take a long time, especially as it's over 700 megabytes, so I'll skip to when that's happened. Once the APK has been disassembled, you go inside the folder created, go inside res, go inside drawable-ldpi, then copy the name of the first image. Now rename the 1x1.png to the name that you've just copied, and then replace the file in the drawable-ldpi. Now that the file has been replaced, this is where you make all of your changes before patching the APK. Any change you want to make to the lib, prefabs, images, anything, you do now. The current goal is to make Infonova's skills cost 0 energy. Most editable data is contained inside the prefabs, and to find information about the prefabs without having to decrypt the prefab files, we can use the spreadsheet provided in the Google Drive link. In this case, we need to go to the Monster Races prefab. If we scroll to the right, we should see the relevant information. In this case, you can see the name of the skills and their energy cost. Now we will search for Infonova's information. 16 and 20, remember that for the cost. We go in and make a copy of the Monster Races prefab. We now leave the APK patch folder and then create a new folder and place the MM2 tool and paste the Monster Races prefab. Copy the directory, then open up PowerShell, then cd to the directory, type in the following command you see on the screen. This is for decrypting the CSV files. The first name you see is the output file. If you make it identical, it will just replace the original file. The second name is the original file you want to decrypt. Now that the file has been created, you enter it and then change the relevant information. Save any changes you make. You can press the up key to find previously used commands, although this time we're going to encrypt the decrypted file and replace the original one in this folder. We now copy and then paste this new encrypted file to replace the original Monster Races prefab. Now that the Monster Races prefab has been replaced, we're going to go back to the APK patch folder and now build the APK. You do the apk tool.bat command again, except do a B this time, and instead of using the file name, you input the directory of the folder you want to patch the APK in, which in this case has the exact same name. Building an APK of this size takes a long time, so get a drink or eat some lunch while you wait. Now that the APK has been built, you can see what directory it's in. That's in the MM2 sounds folder and then in the dist. You now need to move the apksigner.bat and the apksigner.jar and the release.keystore into the dist file. In PowerShell, type in cd, copy the directory of the dist file, and then type in the following command. Make sure you end it with the name of the APK you want to sign. You will be asked for the password. The password is Android, all lowercase, ANDROID. Don't be concerned if there's no text showing up. It's supposed to be blurred out. The presence of a .idsig file means the process has worked. Now you can open up an emulator or download the APK onto an Android device. If all goes well and the process has been done correctly, it shouldn't crash and work normally. Now you can see both of Infinova's skills cost 0 energy, so the changes were implemented and work. However, there is a way to automate this now that you've done it the first time around. Check out the second part of the video. This time we're going to make another test change by making the cost of crafting a candy 1 green sugar instead of 3. This information would be in the crafting.csv prefab. We're going to follow the same decrypting and encrypting steps as shown in part 1 of the video, except with the crafting.csv file. Now that's done, we're going back into the APK patching folder. Now right-click the .ps1 file, open, then use the following edits. The top line is the folder you want to patch into an APK. The second line is the directory of the dist. Then the third line is the name of the APK you want to sign. Save the file, close it, then right-click the .ps1 file and click Run with PowerShell. This just automates the process we did in part 1. Although you still have to enter the same Android password. This entire process is going to take some time, so I will skip to when you're installing the APK to your emulator. Important thing to mention is that you don't need to delete your current app. You can just install the new patched APK. This will override and update the data in the app. Make sure the game is closed before you do this. You will lose your save data if you try otherwise.